like, and what that means to you. Not to put anyone on the spot. Dia, I see that your hand is still up. I don't know if it's for this. No, no. Okay. Noah, did your hand just go up?
It did.
Okay.
So I would say that for me, like I think a lot of the time, like the phrase of like people trying to change the world comes up. And I usually think of this phrase when I hear that because I think when a lot of people say that, they think of being something like, I don't know, like a household name around the world or something like that. But when it comes to health, like a lot of things you can do to change the entire globe start at a local level, right? So at least you can change part of the world that you live in your small corner and make it a little bit better than what it was before you were there. And I think that's kind of a nice sentiment because, like, maybe we all can't change the entire planet, but with everyone trying to change their own small section that they come from, I think that that is more likely to be beneficial than trying to reach these unattainable goals and help people that you're not really aware of their situation and things like that.
Thank you for taking a shot at that and sharing back with everyone. Okay, and thank you everyone for participating and sharing back. I know this was a really like obscure and weird activity, but I thought it was super cool. We're gonna kind of just move on to the rest of what we got for today. So just to give you all a little idea of what our fundraising progress is, we talked about this a few minutes ago. Typically, we would raise $10,000 to $15,000 for our partner SAW. This year, with the pandemic, obviously, we're not going to be able to reach that goal. And I think what's more realistic for us is $6,000 to $8,000 this year. So I'm so happy to share. And actually, Noah, I'll just hand the mic back over to you if you want to talk more about individual giving.
Okay, yeah. So individual giving, as far as letter writing and things like that, that has all been done. So right now we're in the process of collecting money for things, and we've gotten some amount of checks in, which I think is around like $270. But a large chunk of this comes from the Classy website. So everyone got on there. I even saw some very nice personal messages to people. So you all have done a very nice job of reaching out to your friends and family and asking them to donate. Like it's very nice to see messages saying to this person because we love them. So you all have done a great job of finding people that care about you and care enough to donate to GlobeMed. So we're still like, we still have a lot of money that we're expecting in from this because it is very early for this amount of money. But I would just like to say I'm very thankful for all of you putting in all the work before in the fall semester to get us to this fundraising goal.
Big shout out to the campaigns team and to the donor relations people that were working on this, because writing letters, so many letters during a pandemic was a lot of work for a very few amount of people. So big shout out to you guys. Yeah, and as we said before, like this money goes directly to SAW. It's in their hands, it's unrestricted, and they can put it to wherever. And usually it goes directly to the community health outreach program. So we, for the past 9 years, have been fully funding that. If you have family that you know was interested in donating, then it doesn't hurt to kind of reach out and give them a gentle nudge if you talked with them over the holidays, because a little goes a long way. So yeah, we'll move on. So we actually, before the collective breath, we do have some quick announcements on what you have to look forward to next in this next semester. So Shaylin, if you wanted to jump in, you can go for it.
Yeah, of course. So, our campaigns team is hard at work, obviously coming up with some more campaigns for this next semester. Those are still kind of brainstorm ideas right now, so just keep an eye out for those. Our biggest thing this semester is going to be our benefit dinner. So right now, I believe it's scheduled for March 26th. It is going to be a virtual event. As opposed to our typical in-person event, which unfortunately it got canceled last year. So if you are relatively new to GlobeMed, you may not have had the chance to experience benefit dinner. But next to individual giving, benefit dinner is one of our biggest fundraisers for GlobeMed and for SAW. So we'll be getting more information out to you about anything you can do to help with Benefit Dinner, if you want to volunteer and help set anything up or plan it, we'll definitely reach out to you all about that and what you should expect. But just keep an eye out because that is March 26th.
Awesome. So yeah, and then obviously we have a lot of other committees that are going to be hard at work preparing some cool discussions coming up. And if you don't know what a committee is, again, we'll explain that in a little bit. But something that we do that is a GloMed tradition that we like to end our calls with is a collective breath. So I encourage you, like if your camera's not on and if you can have it on, put it on. It's a nice and refreshing way to start our week together. We usually have a quote, and something that I wanted to share with you all that I think is hilarious is that the template that I used for these slides has this quote. It had this quote for us. So this is a quote, words full of wisdom that someone important said and can make the reader get inspired. Someone famous. If somebody else has a reflection or a quote they want to put in the chat, then I will read it out so that we can all take a breath on it together. If not, thank you everyone for joining. We do have just a few more things to say, but if everyone can unmute themselves if you're able to. And then if you would like to just soften your gaze or close your eyes, take a deep breath in and exhale. Feels nice to hear everybody. It's like we're in the same room together. Okay. So thank you so much for coming. This is actually a picture from our benefit dinner in 2019. Bernie was our keynote speaker that day. Yeah, if you haven't signed in, don't forget to do so. Shaylin, if you could drop that in the chat again. Also, just an FYI, we have a YouTube channel where we record and post all of our Zoom meetings. So if you would like to be censored out of that, please send Shaylin or I either an email or a message in the chat. And then just a few other little things coming up. At the beginning of each semester, Shaylin and I host coffee with the co-presidents, and it's just a casual opportunity for us to get to know you a little bit better and what you want to see out of GloMed, or just what your interests are in general, and to make a new friend. So we'll reach out to you if you're new. If you're not new, you can reach out to us because we'd love to meet with you as well. And that'll be over soon. Okay, committees. We're gonna break out into committees in a little bit. And for those who aren't, just hang back, we'll chat with you about that. The last thing that I have to say, I'll pass the mic over to Brooke. We're gonna do a little Instagram initiative this semester. So Brooke, if you want to take it away.
Yes, so we're going to be doing Instagram takeovers this semester. I'm just going to drop the sign up link in the chat so everyone can go sign up for that. Basically, like the only things we're asking is that you have been to GloMed meetings for at least a semester and you're like somewhat familiar with Instagram. But other than that, you can basically do what you want with it. You can do like a day in my life or have people ask you questions. You can talk about GloMed and your experiences or anything like that. So just sign up for that and then let me or your committee leaders know if you have any questions.
Perfect, thank you. I'm excited. Okay, so yeah, next meeting next week, same time, same deal. We'll break you all out into committees now. And actually, Shaylin, do you mind doing that? I will